Time check is 4:13 p.m. on this magnificent Monday. Now, conversation for this hour still touches very deeply on politics, and it has to do with what's happening in River State, but with particular attention to one of the characters. Matter of fact, one of the main characters, if you think about it, and that is the person of the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Sam Wike. He replied to his critics and those calling for his sack, saying it is within the right of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to sack him if he so wishes. We said this on Sunday during a thank you visit to his local government area, Obiakpo, in River State, stressing that since 1999, the people had not disappointed him. Journalists gathered that some politicians and other interest groups had been calling on the president to sack the FCT minister over the protracted political crisis. According to him, there is no sentiment or emotion in politics. What matters is interest, the interest of the people. He said power is not given but taken. Nobody has become governor in this state without Obiakpo making a pronouncement. If you like abusers, you know what, I'm going to play what he said. But the part that interests me connected to this conversation, don't bother about people who say sack him. If my appointer believes that I cannot offer anything again, he has the right to sack me. It is in his place, not your place, to tell him what to do. My goodness. But let's hear directly from the FCT minister.
There is no sentiment. There's no emotion. Politics is interest. The interest of your people. The interest of your group. I'm not here to protect somebody whom I don't know how his face looks like. So, if you like, you cry from morning till night. It does not affect me. Don't bother about people who say, sack me. It doesn't lie in their mouth. If my appointer believes that I cannot offer anything again, he has a right. It's not that you should tell him. But I'm very proud that other people are proud, that Rivers people are proud. And we can tell Nigerians we have not disappointed them as far as it is concerned.
All right. That is the position of the FCT minister, stating that his critics have no say. The day the president is no longer satisfied with his conduct, he has a right to sack him. But between now and then, he's still the FCT minister. Well, leaders in the local government area, including House Minority Leader Kingsley Chinda, Council Chairman Dr. Gift Walu, and Assembly Speaker Martin Amehule reaffirmed Wike's influence and promised continued support for the president's re-election in 2027. They commended Sam Wike for his contributions to the community and assured him that the people will continue to back him and the president in future elections. Well, the FCT minister once again said that even though they did not reach an agreement with the president asked for support, it was delivered, and he rewarded them with an appointment. What else can Obiakpo ask of the president? And so in return, they owe him their support. Let's hear him.
We never signed an agreement with the president. We never sat down with Mr. President. All Mr. President told us, support us. You will not regret for the support. And to the glory of God, he saw what we did. For him to have confidence, to give a Rivers man, to give an Obiakpo son, to give an Ihoroha son, to be the minister of FCT. What else do you want somebody to do for you? For Mr. President, he has done everything for us. And so, the only thank you we say, wait, pray, we'll be alive in 2027. And then we will see the big thank you we will give to him.
Okay. So he didn't sign any agreement with the president, But the president made an Obiakpo son FCT minister. Meanwhile, the person he signed, oh Lord have mercy, he signed agreement with. Oh, this life. What a life. All right, so you've heard the FCT minister. There were lots of other things said. But the focus, of course, was that only the president can fire him and not his critics. But is there any validity to the call of the critics? Are the calls for the sack of the FCT minister justified? The purpose being his involvement, some call it meddling into River State's politics. My questions are simple, and hopefully your answers are simpler. Is Wike's involvement in Rivers politics a necessary intervention or an overreach of influence? I'll ask again, so you understand what you're answering. Is the involvement of the FCT minister in Rivers politics a necessary intervention or an overreach of influence? And by extension, of course, does that make the call for his sack justified? Questions begging answers. The numbers to call: 0817 923 0002. 0817 923 0003. WhatsApp is 080 903 416. Please turn off your radio as you call. As always, it is very necessary. Hello?
Yeah, Sam, good afternoon once more.
Good afternoon. What's your name?
Yeah, AJ is still my name.
All right, go ahead.
Sam, was it yesterday or 2 days ago, I watched and listened to the Delta State Governor of Overreach Sheriff, right? Where he was talking with some people and was thanking the people and the former governor, that the former governor, Okowa, does not interfere in the affairs of him working and taking decisions. That he allows him to do whatever he wants to do as a governor, and that he doesn't interfere at all. Unlike from other states where their or what they call it, their predecessor or what they call it, wants to dictate whatever that has happened. Sam, you know, was it Shetima, right?
Yeah.
Shetima's support to Zulum was what made him the governor of Borno State. At the time they were interviewing Shetima, they asked him, what's your best decision that you made? He said, supporting Zulum to be governor. Today, Zulum has not complained that Shetima is on his neck. So with this example, I see the FCT minister as, you call it overbearing or something based on your question, as totally unnecessary. Allow the governor who is in charge now to do things and make sure it goes well. Not at every time, oh, I was not part of those that are fighting, it's legislative versus executive, but at the end of the day, you are the one in forefront. If you listen to Ruben Abate when he was doing his analysis on this recent quagmire, he said that the station even carried the news that the FCT minister was inside the premise of the assembly before the whole thing started. So what is all this, for goodness sake? You have served your own. A man is on the throne right now. Allow him to do his own thing. It's his tenor. Nobody will come and call Sam, come and account. Is he the one that will still account for everything that happened within this period? What's all this now?
Okay.
So that is why it's okay. If you're interested in this, then do the needful.
All right.
Thank
you think it's an overreach?
I'm listening. Overreach, if there's any word like that.
All right. Thank you very much, JJ. I'll squeeze in one more call before we take a break. Hello? Call back if you can. Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Please turn off your radio.
Yes, I want you to go past the
Turn off your radio.
Yes, I'm doing that. Hello?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yes. Those calling for his sack because he's meddling in River State politics or this one, they are not saying it because I know our president, even though he's president, is immeddling with affairs of Lagos State. He's in charge. So those calling, they are just waiting like that because, as the governor, the minister stated, they are not the ones that will dictate. They are not the mouthpiece of the president to tell him to sack him or not to sack him. If you do not work where they sack him, but if you work where they want. But even if it's the minister, federal minister, he has the right to nurture what he started. When they came back, I heard that they had an agreement that you run to only take on. They didn't say if you run to APC, that agreement will be cancelled. One person does not make agreement. Yeah, this one that our governor went to, I don't know whether they make agreement with Tinubu alone without the concept of reverse people. It's not an agreement. This one they went to with all of them, both Wike, both the governor, all of them, all the warring parties, even the president. They made an agreement. So, okay, to settle the whole thing, you have to run for one tenure. How do you run to APC and say, oh, because you have run to APC? Those all the ones you agreed, that is widely agreed, you are going to cancel it. The one who understand that the one you made alone. The president of Rivers State, is president of the Nigeria, but he's not in charge of only Rivers State alone. He can only give advice, but he will not tell Rivers State you must vote this way or you must elect this way. That is my take.
All right. Thank you very much. We'll take that break now. When we return, I'll take more of your thoughts. Stay with us.